And now it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce and tell you about a student keynote speaker of 2017. A graduate of Cal Southern's Doctor of Psychology program, Ms. Sara Gilman. Ms. Gilman is a nationally known psychotherapist and speaker. She has appeared on a variety of news networks, radio shows, and different conferences as an expert in her field. She obtained her bachelor's degree from Augsburg College, Minneapolis, Minnesota in 1981, and her master's of science degree in clinical psychology from Cal State University, Fullerton in 1983. She holds specialty certifications in hypnosis, NLP, heart math, critical incident stress management, and eye movement desensitization reprocessing, EMDR. She was awarded fellowship status with the American Academy of Experts in Traumatic Stress and is past president of the EMDR International Association. As a former firefighter and EMT, emergency medical technician, she has a passion for working with first responders as well as athletes and performers of all kinds. After 25 years as a licensed marriage and family therapist, in 2012, Sara and her son, Jeremy Larson, co-founded Coherence Associates Incorporated, CAI, a counseling corporation in Encinitas, California. The CAI team of counselors is dedicated to expanding human potential through the coherence of mind, body, and spirit, with clinical excellence, integrity, and compassion. Her dream of completing her doctoral degree became a reality after being invited to speak in the Cal Southern Master Lecture Series. After meeting the Cal Southern family, she found the environment to offer the academic rigor, quality clinical curriculum, and accreditation. As a doctoral student, she presented 3 more lectures in the Master Series and has completed her PsyD with a special certification in sports psychology. Ms. Gilman plans to expand her research with first responders and continue her public speaking endeavors. While Sara embarked on her doctoral studies, she often referred to Cal Southern as her academic family. Her sons, Jeremy and Seth Larson, were also diving into their studies at the same time. Lieutenant Seth Larson has graduated from Midwestern University with his Doctor of Osteopathy degree and is now a senior medical resident in family medicine at Camp Pendleton Naval Hospital. Sara's other son, Jeremy Larson, serves as the Cal Southern Student Advisory Council and is graduating here at Cal Southern with his bachelor's degree with plans to begin the MBA program. We have today a mother and a son, both graduating from Cal Southern University. How special is that? I would like to welcome our keynote speaker today, Ms. Sara Gilman.
Because we're going to trauma bond right now. Thank you, Sherrilani. It's an incredible honor to be representing California Southern University and the class of 2017. I'd like to begin this address with some gratitude. Thank you, Dr. Hecht, for your wisdom in launching Cal Southern as one of the first distant learning schools so that so many of us could fulfill our dreams. Thank you for your ability to change and grow along the way as our world has continued to rapidly expand and evolve. Thank you for your incredible determination and unbelievable stamina. I know I can see you out there. You truly are an inspiration to so many of us. Thank you to Dr. Grimes and Dr. Spiegel, who saw something in me I had yet to truly discover in myself. and for providing me opportunities to flourish with your unique ways of nudging and encouraging. I know many of you have been on the receiving end of that uniqueness. Thank you to Dean Hamilton and Dr. Bajaj and all of the mentors and advisors and deans. Because of your leadership and guidance and hard work, we have reached this major milestone in our lives. Thank you. Being part of the Master Lecture Series, I was fortunate enough to meet the people behind the scenes, the backbone of Cal Southern's success, those faces you may never have seen, the dedicated support staff in all the departments who ensure that this ship keeps sailing so we could reach our destination. I'd like to especially thank our librarians who seem to be on call 24/7, guiding us through this vast sea of unending internet resources. And I know I speak for all my fellow students to thank our technology team. Thank you, IT. You have grown with the times and worked tirelessly so we could keep going any time of the day in any place in the world. And a special thank you to our family and friends who have continued to encourage and support us every step of the way. And I'm sure today are very happy and very relieved that we made it. Okay. After being in the Master Lecture Series, I got to use some slides today. Right, IT? Thank you. Well, how things have changed. In 1976, as a senior in high school, don't do the math, leave it alone. There was much excitement about getting the first IBM Selectric typewriters, and only we seniors were getting the admission to the class. College, we were allowed to either handwrite or type our papers. And then on to graduate school the first time, I did my research in a beautiful building called a library with microfiche. Now that's not a strategically placed aquarium for calmness. And I used 3x5 cards to write up my notes, to then handwrite my master's thesis to give to a typist to put in final form. No revisions. And I had a case of whiteout. There was still no internet. Decades later, if you did the math, we now have unlimited access to information and knowledge that is rapidly expanding. And to give you a sense of how extraordinarily fast things are moving, Buckminster Fuller created the knowledge doubling curve. He noticed that until about 1900, human knowledge was doubling every century. Those may have been some simpler times. Today, nanotechnology is doubling every 2 years. Clinical knowledge every 18 months. Average human knowledge doubles every 13 months. And it's been predicted that with the build out of the internet, it will lead to the doubling of knowledge. Ready? Every 12 hours. So, I know. So how can we keep up? Or can we? When Aristotle said, the more you know you don't know. Isn't that refreshing today? He could not have imagined where the expansion of knowledge was heading, yet his wise statement still rings true. When I graduated with a master's degree a few decades ago, I could not have imagined I would be doing my doctoral studies and holding on to my dream in an accredited online university in this virtual world of ours, connecting to the global student body and sharing experience with my grown sons. Who, of course, have done a lot of eye rolling when I would ask them critical computer questions during one of my courses. Some years ago, when my son and I embarked on creating a company of mental health professionals, we had a very simple vision in mind: to further the reach in bringing hope and healing to those who are suffering by developing a collaborative team of dedicated counselors. It turns out that we share a similar vision with Cal Southern, whose vision for the last 4 decades has been to expand their reach of academic excellence throughout the world making it possible for those who might not have had access to now fulfill their goals. We have shared this academic journey with fellow students in the US, Canada, Guam, Australia, Israel, Brazil, you can shout out anytime, Saudi Arabia, the Bahamas, Egypt, Turkey, France, Switzerland, Pakistan, United Arab Emirates, Japan, and Kenya. This reach will soon expand to bringing international students here to Cal Southern to study abroad. Amazing. Our class has contributed to research and knowledge around the world with dissertation topics such as Mohammed Usman Tariq's from Pakistan, Impact of Cloud Computing on Corporate Organizations for Gaining Competitive Edge, or Michelle Spector, US, Exploring the Common Characteristics of Nurse Leaders and Productivity Knowledge. Marcy Moreau from Canada, Late Life Depression, Complexities in Diagnosis and Treatment. Sherilyn Ward Crawford from St. Kitts, Motivational Factors Associated with Control of Diabetes. Michelle Lynn Madoff from Perth, Australia, who did her studies from Rio de Janeiro. The synthesis of acceptance and commitment therapy with short-term psychodynamic psychotherapies. And then several of us focused our dissertation topics on the effects of cumulative stress and effective treatments for first responders. This is just to name a few. The individual and collective impact that we have been involved in is simply amazing. In our rapidly changing world, having a simple vision is just a beginning. Actualizing that vision is not easy. It takes a lot of work, and it can get complicated, and it gets us demanding our attention constantly and making course corrections along the way, and the next course, and the next course, and the next course, and there was always the next course. Like each of you, I held on to my dream of completing my academic studies, and I had a vision of what that would be like. Yet I could not have imagined doing this in later life, juggling full-time work and life's challenges. And yes, I see a lot of heads. I think we've all trauma bonded now. As my doctoral project chair, Dr. Salvucci, said to me many times, yes, life happens on the way to your degree. How'd I do? I imitated her great. Life surely has happened along the way for all of us during our studies, yet we stayed on course, and of course, the next course. And it wasn't our growing knowledge that kept us going. What was it? A lot of coffee and a lot more coffee? It's been our determination, our passion, our persistence, curiosity, discipline, desire, patience, and remembering our vision and purpose. These are the traits in us that we do not need to change. These traits carry us throughout life, no matter what the circumstances. You have spent years in this academic environment, honing them, relying on them, and strengthening them. Even when you thought you may have nothing left, you found these aspects in yourself, and you leaned into them any time of the day. My hope for all of us today as we cross this threshold is that we take with us not just greater knowledge, but more importantly, greater wisdom. Wisdom which has emerged from our increased knowledge and experience. Wisdom in knowing how and when and what we need to change in order to continue to grow. And wisdom that clarifies what we do not need to change in order to be our best selves. Our wisdom is what truly guides us in bringing meaning to this accomplishment. It is our inner wisdom that will help us bring what we have learned into the world in a way that really matters. So, fellow graduates, trust yourself. You have not gotten this far without gaining some wisdom. And as you continue on in your lives beyond this institution, you surely will have more knowledge and some more initials after your name and some much improved computer skills. Thank you. Thank you. And yet, the most important thing to bring with you is your wisdom. To continue to move forward successfully, you must lean into the wisdom you have gained through this experience, which will guide you through the necessary course corrections that surely lie ahead. So in closing, I'd like to ask you all to join me in a simple exercise. What did you expect? I'm a behavioral science graduate. So please place your hand on your heart muscle. Shift your attention to this connection of hand and heart. Now breathing gently into the wisdom of your heart. While you look around this auditorium, look around, take it all in, as this moment will never be here again. It's about to change. And as you take it in, be grateful that you have simply connected to the wisdom in you, that quiet, gentle place of knowing that guides you. The inner wisdom is meant to be shared. Today we share it with each other. I wish all of you the best in your discovering how you will share your wisdom with the world. It is an honor to be among you, and may the class of 2017 continue to spread your wings and share your wisdom. Thank you.